Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this very special opinions video. We're getting closer to SummerSlam and next week I will be asking for your predictions. We will do your predictions on this channel. We'll do my predictions on this channel as well. We'll be doing my predictions on Sunday. Your predictions will be next week, but it got me thinking about SummerSlam. And so the question is very simple today. What is your favorite SummerSlam moment ever? And honestly, for me, I mean, I've got to go back to 1992. I've got to go back to Wembley Stadium. I still regard that as the biggest wrestling show that I'm aware of to take place here in the UK. I don't mean necessarily just in size, but I think just the spectacle as well. You know, it's SummerSlam. I know we've been getting Clash at the Castle, but what's Clash at the Castle? I mean, we'd never even heard of that before it arrived in Wales. And then, of course, we got it again in Scotland. But SummerSlam is SummerSlam, you know? I mean, it's about as close as we're going to get to WrestleMania for the next few years, but that, as we know, may change. WrestleMania, of course, may be on the way, but yeah, it's got me thinking about SummerSlam 1992. Just the fact we had a SummerSlam all those years ago. The fact the main event was for the Intercontinental title. I mean, it would have been crazy if that was the world title, wouldn't it? That would have been so amazing. The WWE Championship, Bret Hart, British Bulldog. It wasn't to be. It was for the IC title, but just magic, absolute magic. And Bulldog winning, crowd going absolutely bananas. But the crowd loved Bret as well. That's something that tends to get forgotten about, is that Bret was loved in the UK. And so there was plenty of support for Bret in the stadium as well. Like, there was just lots of cheering. Lennox Lewis leading British Bulldog down to the ring. I think just before the match, didn't we have a surprise appearance from Roddy Piper playing on like the bagpipes? So a surprise Roddy Piper appearance. We've got Lennox Lewis, obviously the drama of it being brother against brother-in-law, and Diana Hart being ringside, and oh god, so good. So for me, I don't know that anything would beat that, but there's been plenty of great moments. Let's have a look at what was yours. So here's AP Video saying SummerSlam 1991, and we got this moment. This was the Randy Savage Elizabeth wedding. Match made in heaven, match made in hell. And this was the match made in heaven. So yeah, we got a wedding, actually main event in SummerSlam in 91. Matt Jack said, don't know if it was my favorite, but I loved Randy Orton cashing in on Daniel Bryan. It was such a cool way of doing it and an amazing match. Yeah, we're going back to 2013 there. That was as we were, you know, constantly putting obstacles in the way of Daniel Bryan before he would eventually get to WrestleMania 30 and obviously have that magic moment. Zishan said, my first favorite was Roman returning after that awesome match. Then second is Keith Lee's Raw debut package. Got me excited. Third is the beginning of the Triple H era. Bayley, Io, Dakota. That was an outstanding moment, said Zishan. Dan from Pensacola, Florida, said when Brock threw the mic and Roman caught it without flinching. That was when he was on top of the trailer, wasn't it? The bucket. And he kind of chucked it, spun it, and Roman was just like, yeah, that was pretty sick. Here's Valentino said this match in 2014 between Lesnar and Cena, where Brock destroyed Cena to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I was so pleased they did that, you know, because obviously that's the follow-up to the streak ending. And so then, of course, you've got this moment where they had to capitalize on it. It wouldn't have made, you know, it would have sort of buried the streak ending had Cena have just then beat Brock. But it was the streak ending and then Brock absolutely destroying John Cena, which really, really cemented Brock as being the beast. Like, really cemented him as being, right, he is now the guy. Like, everything has come together now. Because amazingly, Brock had lost a few matches since he had returned. So this took him to a different level. Notorious TLJ said, my personal favourite SummerSlam moment is when Brock went off script and showed respect to Cody by reining Cody's hand and hugging him. I'm excited for this year's SummerSlam, by the way. This year's card is absolutely stacked. Hashtag Cody Crybaby. Opala Honor said, my favourite so far was Bayley return with the rest of Damage Control and seeing Bianca Belair's shocked face. What a moment. I Am the Colour Red said, SummerSlam 92, Wembley Stadium, Brett versus Bulldog. My little 8-year-old eyes loved every second. Looked awesome in the sunshine. Need to bring a major PLE to UK again. Imagine WrestleMania at Wembley. Well, the times for imagining, they may be getting shorter because obviously there's big conversations, isn't there, which has been massive news today. Kieran said, Becky Lynch return a few years back. That pop was class. Ashma said, Alexa turning on the Fiend. Best moment for me, in my opinion, says Ashma. Was that at SummerSlam? That was at WrestleMania, wasn't it? Did Alexa turn on the Fiend at SummerSlam as well? If she did, I don't recall it, but I remember her doing that at WrestleMania 37. Matta says, when I was 9, I was excited to see Bret Hart win the IC Championship against Mr. Perfect. What a match. Brilliant in 91. It was the first time anyone I liked had held a singles title. I preferred tag team division up until this moment. Kojiko with the Randy Orton cash in. That's already been mentioned. SummerSlam 2013 with Triple H as guest ref and the pedigree, and then down came Randy and the cash in and Daniel getting screwed, and very good. Chris said, when Edge came back and Becky and Bianca. Jay Villa said, that's Steve Blackman, Shane McMahon moment on the scaffolds. Then hitting an elbow drop on Shane O'Mac for the dub. That was wild. I remember losing my shit as a kid. Yeah, an amazing moment. I mean, this is like a 50-foot fall or something, isn't it? It's an amazing moment. He takes it like a trooper, doesn't he, Shane? I mean, look at that. So amazing. It's not much of a shot, is it, when you look at the kendo stick shot? I know they'd been fighting a lot before then, but it's just a little tap on the back, really. It's a little tap on the back, and then he goes, whoop, doosh. Brilliant. Silver Sasquatch 79 said, Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, 1991. Nathan said, definitely Shawn Triple H, the unsanctioned match, 2002. And another top moment, the live stream in 2019. I was experiencing a rough time. Watching the show with you in the community for the first time helped a ton. Nathan, that's lovely. I'm really pleased that you got a lot from that. And yeah, that's really, really cool. And that's a great pick as well. Shawn Triple H and like Shawn's return. So special. Prakar said Roman's return in 2020, him turning heel, joining Paul Heyman, starting the bloodline, everything he's done since became iconic. Topics said this one, Cinema 2008. I think we can get away with GIFs, but I don't know that we can get away with full clips. Let me see if we can skip forwards. So it's the Shawn Michaels moment from 2008. So there we go. Topics. Yeah, we can't... GIFs we can get away with, but like full videos like that can be a bit tricky for us. Ryan said, for me, it has to be Bulldog versus Brett. I was raging when Randy cashed in on Daniel Bryan, but looking back, it's pretty epic. Silverbolt said Triple H Shawn Michaels 2002. That's your favorite match. Favorite moment is the Fiend debut. Favorite promo is Gene Okerlund with the SummerSlam sign. That's amazing. It fell in the background and Gene swore. And they redid that moment, but unfortunately the botched moment was the one that ended up airing. I know, they botched twice. So they botched once with the sign falling down, and then they botched a second time by playing it. So yeah, it was pre-recorded and everything, and they'd re-recorded it and they played the wrong one. Mattel actually made a, you know, like how you can get SummerSlam figures. So you could buy the set, and what you actually got was you got the sign that falls in the background. That's what you could make. And one of the figures in the series was Mean Gene. Dakota's Crown said Damage Control debut without a doubt. Henry Brown said Cena, Daniel Bryan, and Triple H being guest ref. Randy cashed in. It's my favorite moment. It's the one there's more favorite moments, but this is the one I thought about. Loving the videos, says Henry. Glad you're enjoying them, my friends. Jack said the bit where they slammed Summer. Well, they've been doing that since, what, 88? In all seriousness, I might not have been born, but rewatching old wrestling, 100% British Bulldog, Bret Hart from 92, perfection. Tyler Claw Gaming said, Ultimate Warrior beating Honky Tonk. Yeah, man. A crowd has never been as loud in an IC title match as they were for that one. So if my memory serves me right, it was meant to be Honky Tonk against the Brutus. I was going to say British Bulldog. Brutus, but Brutus was attacked, I think, in the build-up to SummerSlam, so he couldn't make it. So there had to be a mystery person. Honky didn't know who it was. And then Warrior's music hit, and he was kind of in that sort of Bron Breakker vibe, if you will. Only imagine Bron Breakker being a face. So you've got this guy that's like dominant, really exciting. Crowds have like really took to him. And they know he's a badass. And so Warrior's music hit, and it's like, oh, he's done, man. He's done. And Warrior ended up beating Honky in like 8 seconds. It's like one of the quickest. And Honky Tonk Man had just had the longest IC reign. That IC title reign didn't get beaten until Gunther, and it ended in an instant because of the Warrior and like this mystery person. Who was it going to be? It's an amazing moment. Yeah, it's a great shout. Sam said CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. Even though Punk lost it, it was hell of a match. Mosey the Wrestling God said Brock Lesnar lifting the ring with a tractor is one of the craziest things that I've seen as a fan. Brilliant, brilliant moment. Raiders Boogie said, I haven't got a favourite SummerSlam match, so I'm going to name 5. Okay. Cena versus AJ Styles. Amazing. Logan versus Ricochet. Roman versus Brock. Amazing. Cena versus Daniel Bryan. Amazing. Brock versus Seth freaking Rollins. I don't know that I would have it at the same level as the others, but okay. What about you? Well, I've already given my answer. So British Bulldog, Bret Hart, but I do love the Bret Hart Mr. Perfect shout that was mentioned earlier. I think the Warrior one's a great moment, but it's not a great match. Some people did mention as well Bret Hart against Owen Hart in the cage, which I would say that is amazing if you've never seen it. But if you have seen it, I don't think cage matches aren't very good for watching a second time or a third time or a fourth time, because a lot of the match is them going over and slowly climbing up looking like they're about to escape. But when you know who wins, those slow moments of them climbing, it doesn't have any drama anymore. If you watch it the first time, it's got drama. You're like, oh my God, he's going to get out. He's going to get out. If you watch it a second time and you know who wins, those moments don't hit the same. So I've actually watched Bret Owen, and I didn't think it was as good as I remembered. But it's because I knew who won. So I do still agree it's one of the best cage matches. I think some people will mention it in this video. So they're not wrong, but I don't think it's brilliant going back and rewatching. Cena against AJ Styles, though, that is a great shout. That is an absolutely fantastic match. Justin said Orton pinning Benoit to become the youngest world champion. Master Taker said, that's tough. I have so many. First that comes to mind is 89, Warrior Rick Rude for the IC Championship. Roddy Piper comes out and moots Rude, costing him the IC Championship. Sinan said, my favourite SummerSlam moment is when Brock flipped the ring with a tractor. Absolute once in a lifetime. It did look brilliant. It was brilliant. Marsh31 said all of SummerSlam 92 in London. It was my very first time watching then WWF. I've been a fan ever since. Landon said the Fiend debut. Oh, we haven't had many Fiend debut mentions. That might be the first one actually. In 5-10 years, Punk versus Drew match probably. Andy said, my favourite moment at SummerSlam was APA helping The Rock win the WCW Championship from Booker T in 2001. Firefly Forever said Lesnar won the WWE Championship in convincing fashion 2014. Brendan said WWE SummerSlam 92 IC Championship match, Bret Hart, British Bulldog. For me, it's my favourite wrestling match of all time. The build-up to the match was amazing. It really tore the entire Hart family apart, just to pick a side. WWE Ethan said, Daze, I love SummerSlam 2022 main event between Brock and Roman. It was crazy when Brock came down in the tractor and him picking up the ring. I loved it. It was comedic and entertaining. It had everything. Also, Becky beating Bianca in only 20-odd seconds was good, funny surprise. Some people didn't find it funny. I don't know how well that played over the years, but or over that kind of period. People were quite angry. Bianca got it back though, of course. Challenge Dart said, my first SummerSlam was 2010. I was 10 years old and I was so happy that Team Cena defeated Team Nexus. I hated them. In retrospect, it was a horrible choice. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way, that it should have been Nexus. They needed that boost, you know. But at the time, I think I cried. A lot of people cried. Beside that, I would say Joe versus Reigns versus Strowman versus Lesnar from 2017. Days, you have to tell us yours. Well, I do try to do that at the start of these videos now, because I just like to set it up really with something, and so I am doing that. With each of these videos that we do, I will give you my thoughts at the beginning. Zayden, is that how you say it? Bret Hart beating Mr. Perfect for the IC belt. Marrow said the Fiend first entrance. Watson said, I still can't believe Brock Lesnar tipping over the ring with a tractor. Lol. It was awesome. Uncle Revel said SummerSlam 2019. My son and I getting to witness the Fiend's in-ring debut in person in Toronto. Amazing. Let's see if can we find these pictures. Can we get them on screen? There we go. So there's that's a good picture, isn't it? What with the Fiend character and everything. I'm distracted because I was looking what's through here. Is this like some superstore or something? What's this? So I was a bit distracted looking in the background there. That's great. That looks so good. That's really good. Great image. Love that. With the SummerSlam thing and the camera, you can see the ring. That's a great shot. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I can see why that would be special. Ethan says, my favourite match would be Seth versus John Cena, title for title. Favourite moment at SummerSlam was the debut of The Fiend against Finn Balor. Triple H against Shawn Michaels, 2002, says Mark. Colton said, mine would be the whole 2016 SummerSlam. It's just the best that I remember watching. Brendan says Roman Reigns. Simple as that. 777 NYC said, who cares? WrestleMania is coming to London. Sorry, I can't think right now. Brock Lesnar using a tractor trailer to lift the ring versus Roman. That was pretty crazy. But WrestleMania is coming to London. Barry said SummerSlam 98. Oh, I'm glad that got a mention. Austin against Taker. Goated. Brady says the Fiend debut entrance. I can get away with these short GIFs. Well, I've been getting away with these short gifs. Maybe I won't. But, yeah, very good. Jupton has got, 2016. Finn Balor winning the Universal Championship. First champion being crowned. For, 24 hours later? Had to vacate it. But, so he had 24 hours with that belt. Him against Seth. Yeah, I'm glad that got a shout as well. Stan said the Fiend 2019 entrance, it gives me chills to this day. Bland SF said the main event of the 2014 SummerSlam for the World Championship, Cena Brock Lesnar dominated most of the match, including an incredible 16 German suplexes on Cena before winning the championship in a very memorable performance, aka the birth of Suplex City. Seth Gogard said, for me, it's between two moments. Brett versus Owen, cage match, best cage match. There we go. There's a mention for it. Rock putting over Brock. As an honorable mention, I did appreciate Brock putting over Cody in a big way last summer, says Seth Gogards. Dormouse said Edge, Christian, Dudley's, TLC, SummerSlam 2000 has to be one of the hardest hitting and action-packed matches of all time. Those are my thoughts. Dormouse 69. I don't know how many more we've got. I'd like to try and get through them all if possible. Old Chuck of the Hills said 94 Undertaker with Chuck Norris as special guest enforcer. That was wild as hell. Great storytelling in the lead. I agree. I loved Undertaker. The build was fantastic, I thought. I think a lot of people that didn't watch it have got slightly the wrong impression of what it was. There wasn't smoke and mirrors. It wasn't like Undertaker battling himself. $1 Million Man said he had Undertaker because Undertaker had been away for months. He said he had the real one, and then Paul Bearer went and brought back the real one. So it was like a fake Undertaker versus real Undertaker. But the build, the way like people were looking at the fake one going, is that him? Is it him? Has he really got the real one? And then Paul Bearer's like, no, I'm going to bring him back. And the story was really good. Carter Slade said probably the Fiend's first entrance in 2019 because I was there to experience it. I'll try anything once, says debut of the Fiend. And Ken said the Undertaker's entrance at SummerSlam 95. I was there live and it was my first time seeing Taker. It felt surreal. Very good. Have we got a couple? Amanda! Exclamation mark. Says, might be because I was there, but Seth winning the title at SummerSlam 2019. And Harry, we're going to end on this one, said Roman returning. I remember staying up to watch it, gambling on the words, you'll never see it coming, that he would be returning. Probably the best WWE moment as a whole for me. Very good. Well, there we go. I really enjoyed that. So thank you to everyone that left their feedback. We'll have another opinion video for you tomorrow. Of course, it'll be on SmackDown. So it'll be on what you thought about the show. Don't know what we're doing on Saturday, Sunday. Sunday will be my predictions. Saturday, not sure, but probably be like SummerSlam themed again. And then, as we said, Raw on Monday. And then next week we will have your predictions. We'll get your predictions in. So plenty of good stuff coming up on the Wrestling Daze channel and on this channel as well. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.